So a lot's happened in 2023. Let's get into it. There have been many painful and challenging moments this year, and our loved ones, our communities, our families have dealt with violence in many, many forms. Whether that violence was caused by climate destruction, by racialized capitalism, or by militarization, it has been felt and it has taken a toll. It's taken both a physical and mental toll on our folks, not only here in the US, but across the globe. Yet alongside grief and trauma, there's also been solidarity, care, and triumph. Workers uniting together went up against corporate giants, shutting down whole industries, demanding better, taking on the biggest bosses, and they won. And renters and allies organized together all across the country. People showed up together, fought together, call out shady corporate landlords in Denver, showed up to vote together to win social housing in Seattle, and showed up to fight together to win funding for tenant protections in Detroit. And we also showed up together to fight for and demand climate justice. This is how organizers and communities across our network have been coming together and pushing together towards a world in which every one of us has what we need. For PowerSwitch action, that means a multi-racial feminist democracy. And here's a bit of what we did this year to push towards that future. First off, we grew a lot. We added a new affiliate. We scaled up our resources for our campaigns and fights. We hired new members onto our team, and we worked to weave and strengthen coalitions across this country. We took on bold new fights with an eye towards how those fights could open doors to bigger wins down the road. And we saw this approach pay off with years spent organizing, making possible victories that were unthinkable just a few years ago. We've been crafting stories and narratives that expose who the real villains are, but also expand our collective vision of what's possible. Stories have real power, and they can change the terrain on which we fight. And we've been building up both people and the spaces that are going to make it possible to transform our society. Winning a new world, winning a world in which all of us has what we need and we see the changes that we need, is really dependent on our ability to organize everyday people, and for those people to come together to build power and then to wield that power to make the changes that we need. Our fights can't be contained to a single calendar year, and the threats facing our communities are daunting. And just as big are our hopes and dreams for the future. They're boundless. And that's why we're in this fight for the long haul, because that's how we're going to win.